Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kara and today's video is going to be a bit of a fun one. So I'm going to be sharing some really fun things that you can do around Asheville in the wintertime. For any sort of event that I mention in today's video, I will be leaving a link in the description box for you to go check out whichever one sounds interesting to you. So some of the things I'm going to be sharing in today's video are going to be holiday themed or Christmas themed, but I am going to include some ideas for things you can do in January and February when the holidays are over and you're kind of in that lull of what do I do with my time? The weather isn't the best, and I have some fun ideas for you. So let's jump right into it. My first recommendation is to go check out the North Carolina Arboretum, specifically their Winter Lights Festival. And this was super fun. I actually just went this year for the first time and it was really cool. I heard that last year they just did kind of a drive-through version that wasn't as good, but this year they opened it up to walking around, and I actually have some clips that I filmed that I'm going to include here. And as you can see, the lights are just beautiful. They had such a large variety. There was one area where they actually had like this light up caterpillar that you could walk through. It was kind of like a tunnel. In the main part of the Arboretum, they had a 50-foot tree that was lit up in all different kinds of colors. And also in the center of the Arboretum, if you stood at the top and took a panoramic view of the area, you could see so many of the lights from there. They actually had lights that were in time with the music, which was really neat. There's another area where they had a couple trains set up. There were multiple fire pits that you could relax by. You could purchase s'mores if you wanted to. I personally didn't do that, but I did get some hot chocolate, and it was just a really good time. We went with a friend of ours and just spent probably like an hour, maybe an hour and a half walking around. So the event goes on every day from 6 to 10 p.m. and the prices vary. So this year they did prices based on the size of your vehicle. So just for a standard size, you're going to be looking at anywhere between $30 and $60. We ended up paying $30 for one car because we chose to go on a Tuesday night, which I would honestly highly recommend. We went on Tuesday and purchased our tickets for 8 to 10 p.m., which was probably the slowest time we could have gone. And it definitely was still busy, but there weren't really too many lines. And I would say if you're looking to go where there's less crowds and you don't mind going on a weekday, I would highly recommend that. My second recommendation is to go to the Biltmore and check out their candlelight Christmas evenings. I personally have not been to this yet, but I know people who have gone and said it was absolutely wonderful. Kind of similar to the Arboretum, they have tons of lights around the property, and they actually have the home decked out for Christmas. So there's a huge Christmas tree, Christmas decor everywhere, big fireplace, and it's just a really cozy place to be around the holidays. I wasn't really able to find an exact ticket price. It seemed like they kind of vary depending on what you want to do when you're at the Biltmore, but if it's something that you're interested in, I would recommend going to their website and checking out their different options. My third recommendation is to go to the Gingerbread Competition display at the Omni Grove. And this is another event that I actually haven't personally been to, but I know people that have gone and said it's a really neat event. So basically, there's a competition to see who can create the coolest gingerbread house. And it's held at the Omni Grove from the tail end of November to the very beginning of January. So December is really the main time. And it's open to the general public from Sunday at 3 p.m. or later, or any time from Monday through Thursday. If you try to go on a Friday or Saturday, you have to be actually staying at the Omni Grove, so just keep that in mind if this is something that sounds interesting to you. My fourth recommendation is to find a place to go snowboarding or skiing. Since we are in the mountains, there are plenty of places to do this. Locally around Asheville, one of my favorites is Wolf Ridge, which is up in Mars Hill. Interestingly enough, the first time that I was ever in Asheville was in 2010, and I actually stayed at a cabin up in Mars Hill and went to Wolf Ridge and just had the best time. If I can find some old photos, I'll insert them here, but keep in mind they're 11 years old, so things might look a little bit different than in the photos. It's definitely not the largest ski resort, but I did really enjoy it there. Another one you could check out is Cataloochee in Mackey Valley, and if you're not set on the Asheville area in particular, there are a bunch of ski resorts over in the Boone, Blowing Rock, and Banner Elk area. There's Beach Mountain, Sugar Mountain. There's a bunch over there that are highly rated. So if skiing or snowboarding is your thing, there are plenty of options here for you to choose from. My fifth recommendation is to go hiking. Now, I know that a lot of people don't love winter and don't love the cold. I personally am one of the strange people that loves winter. It's my favorite season. I just find that the cold air really invigorates me and gets me motivated, and I love the cold weather so much. And hiking in the winter time is actually my favorite time to hike because you're not sweating and you can see further because the trees don't have their leaves on them, and I love it personally. I know it's not for everyone, but there are plenty of hiking trails around here that are still open in the winter time. I will say to keep in mind that if you are planning to drive on the parkway, there are a lot of areas that are closed for the winter, so if there's any trails along there that you're looking for, you might not be able to access them. But aside from the parkway trails, there are plenty of other ones that you can check out as well. My final recommendation for something fun to do in the winter time is actually one of my personal favorites, and that is to rent a log cabin with a hot tub in the mountains where there's peace and quiet and just enjoy yourself. I'll insert some clips of some cabins that I've rented in the past. I will say that if you are planning to do something like this, I would highly recommend planning it a few months in advance. So if you try to book a trip, in a couple weeks or even a month, possibly even 2 months, the availability of cabins isn't really that great. So I would recommend, maybe over the summer planning a trip for next winter. But, there definitely are still some options out there, so it doesn't hurt to look. It's definitely more of a pricey activity to do in the winter, but if you're looking for a little getaway, then I think that's the perfect way to do it. Alright guys, well that does it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. And as I said earlier, I will be leaving links down in the description box for you to look into any of these particular ideas that sound interesting. So if you like this video, please consider hitting the like button, leave me a comment, let me know if you've been to any of these events or tried any of these ideas out. I would love to hear from you and hear your thoughts. Also, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It means so much to me and really helps my channel to grow. I have one more video scheduled for this year, so keep your eyes out for that next week. Alright guys, see you in the next one.